Go.
Okay. Hello youth, welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to make hot cross buns because Easter's coming up. Now I know they've been in the shops since like just after Christmas, but actually hot cross buns are traditionally only eaten on Good Friday and the Easter weekend, but particularly Good Friday. I'm sure you can guess why, but we'll come to that at the end.
You ready? Are you recording? Oh, okay. So the recipe we're using today is taken from my incredibly old recipe book, which is called Good Housekeeping. And these are the things that you will need. Milk, sugar, there's salt in here, fresh yeast. You can use dried yeast, and we'll tell you how, but fresh yeast is better. Butter, an egg, strong bread flour. It's only in this bag because it came from the deli. Cinnamon, nutmeg, mixed peel, and currants. These aren't currants, they're sultanas because I think sultanas are nicer. But you could use currants if you want a proper traditional hot cross bun. Okay, task number 1. Wash your hands with soap and hot water for 20 seconds.
You have to sing happy birthday.
Yeah, you have to sing happy birthday. I'm not going to do that. I've already washed mine. Right. Stop going. Second task, I have my scales here. Measure out 100 grams of the strong flour. That's 66. Oh, 105. Take a little bit out. Put a little bit in. Seriously? Okay. 100 grams of flour plus the yeast, which we need 25 grams of yeast. Have a look at the yeast. Do you want to come over and have a look at the yeast? The yeast is a little bit peculiar. Right. 25 grams of yeast. I'm going to put some little bits of yeast on there. Okay. 25 grams of yeast in the flour in a large mixing bowl. Add a level tablespoon of sugar. There we go. And then you need 1/4 pint of milk. It would help if I had any markings on my phone. And 4 tablespoons of water. And then you need to heat this water up so it's quite warm. I'm going to do that in the microwave. See you in a second. So I've heated the milk and the water up in the microwave to 43 degrees C. It's rough, I haven't measured it, but it's like how you'd have a hot bath. And I'm going to put that in with the yeast and the sugar and the flour mixture and just mix that up. If you were using dried yeast, you would use 1 level tablespoon of dried yeast, but apart from that, it's the same idea. You're just mixing up, can you see that? The flour, the sugar and the yeast. It's a bit lumpy at the moment. Just going to mix it up together, and then you're going to leave that somewhere warm. I've got my oven on, so I'm going to put it on top of the oven until it goes frothy. Okay, now we're going to do the rest of the ingredients. So in another bowl, you want 350 grams of flour. That is 2. Okay. 350 grams of flour, a level teaspoon of salt, here's a teaspoon, the spices, and 50 grams of sugar. Let's do the sugar next. I'm just going to put my thing to 0, my scales to 0. Okay, it's a lot more than that. Okay, 50 grams of sugar. And the spices, we've got cinnamon. We need, oh I forgot mixed spice, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I can't fit my teaspoon in there, that was a flaw in my plan. Can you pause it while I get mixed? Ooh. Okay, and 1/2 teaspoon of mixed spice. And some grated nutmeg. So these are nutmegs. They look like this. There he is, and this is my nutmeg grater. You see the holes that are like, I don't know, pimples? They're the ones to grate nutmeg on. So I'm going to grate about half this nutmeg in there. You can use nutmeg out of a jar. Ugh. What's fresh in it? And I've lost my nutmeg. I'll have another one. Hang on, can't get out. Freshly grated nutmeg is nicer. If you haven't thrown it on the floor. Obviously. Just make it Eastery spicy. We also are going to need some melted butter, but not so it's still warm out of the microwave, so it's cooled. So we need 50 grams of butter, which is about a fifth of a packet of butter. So I reckon it's about that. Let's have a look. See how close I was. 59. 53. Wasn't close at all. Okay, that's perfect. 50 grams of butter. I'm just going to chop that up and put it in this measuring jug, and then I'm going to stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds and keep an eye on it. If it needs longer, I'll go back and get it longer. So here's the butter I melted. I'm just going to let it cool down a bit because it's still a little bit hot before it goes into the mixture. And then we're going to measure out the fruit. We need 2 to 3 tablespoons of mixed peel. I think 3 because I like mixed peel. Afra's probably going to disagree. Do you disagree, Afra?
No, I like it.
Okay, cool. We're right with the mixed peel. And then the sultanas, 100 grams. That's not very much, so don't panic. Afra doesn't really like sultanas. Then we'll grab the packets. It's 106 grams. Take some of those sultanas out. And that's ready for later. There's my fruit ready for later. The only other thing we need to do is to beat the egg. I'm going to do that in a mug. Make sure you haven't got any eggshell in it, like that. Put that in the bin. And then I'm just going to give it a quick whisk up with my tiny whisk. Tiny, tiny whisk. There you go, that's it. Lovely. Done. Here's our dough, which has been warming. Well, it's not dough yet, is it? It's the milk and flour and yeast mixture, which has been warming on the oven. I'm just going to have a look, see how it's getting on. Oh, it's very exciting. So it should be really nice and frothy, like that. Alfred has made a face. It's nice and frothy. And then, to the yeast mixture, we're going to add our flour mixture, I think. Yeah. Add flour and mix. Oops, I was supposed to put the egg and the butter in too. And I'm going to mix it in my mixer because I'm lazy. Oh, poo. Don't throw the whisk into the bowl. So here's my really old Kenwood. You might not have one of these, but it doesn't matter. You can do it by hand. It just requires a little bit more elbow grease. This is a dough hook, which is special for making bread. And I'm going to turn him on, so come back in a minute when my dough is done. So when I've done the dough a tiny bit, I'm going to add the fruit in there and then just let it continue to mix. Okay, so I put a bit of flour on this board, and here's my hot cross bun mix. Let's get it out there. And then you're just going to knead it for a bit. So you do have to do a bit of work, even if you've done it in the mixer. And this is how you knead something. You need a bit of elbow grease, and you're knocking the air out and pushing it away from you with the heel of your hand. Do you know what? I'm going to take my rings off, because otherwise they get dough in them, which isn't very nice. This isn't going to take very long. That took me just a few minutes, until the dough is nice and smooth. Then you want to take your bowl, put a bit of flour on the bottom. Now, this dough is going to end up double the size it is now, so make sure your bowl's big enough. And pop him in the bottom of the bowl, and then take him back over to the oven, and that will take about an hour and a half to double in size. So we'll come back then. In the meantime, you might want to answer our quiz questions about Good Friday.
Okay, Good Friday and Hot Cross Bun Quiz. Question number 1. Why is it called Good Friday? Question number 2. Why are hot cross buns spiced? Question number 3. Who first came up with the idea of making a bun with a cross on top? Or which people, probably? Question number 4. Who banned the sale of hot cross buns on any day of the year except Good Friday? Mr. Tesco's would be in trouble. Question number 5. What should you do with your hot cross bun when Easter is over? And question number 6. Why should you take a hot cross bun every time you go to sea? The answers will be at the end of the video.
Okay, to make the paste for the top of the hot cross bun, I'm using 75 grams of plain flour. And 5 tablespoons of water. Put the tablespoon back in there. Come back to me in a second. And I'm just going to mix those up to form a pretty thick paste. Okay? That's all you do. Ta-da! So now our dough has at least doubled in size. It's quite warm. Take it out, make sure you get all the bits onto a floured work surface and just give it a bit of a knead, like that. Now, next thing you need to do is divide it into 12. So if you cut it in half first, then half again, and each one into 3. They look small, but remember, they're going to double the size before they finish cooking. So 12, how many so far? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brilliant. And then all you have to do is just give them a little bit of a knead. Because you're knocking the air out again, making the yeast work, and form them into a little ball, like that. And then I'm going to put them quite far apart on a floured baking sheet, and I'll cover them with the tea towel again and leave them to rise for another about 20 minutes. Okay, so when they've risen after 30 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes, you just score a cross in the top and then pipe on a mixture of water and flour, which I've put in this piping bag, to make a cross shape. Can you remember how much water to flour it was? We'll put it in the recipe in a minute. Okay, so there's the finished tray. The paste, by the way, is made of 75 grams of flour with 5 tablespoons of water, just mixed up into a paste to make the crosses. And we're going to put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Oh, and meanwhile, look at this, we're amazing. While they're in the oven, I've got in this pan, let me see, 2 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of milk and 3 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm just making that up into a glaze by heating it very gently on the stove. When the hot cross buns come out, I'm going to paint them twice with the glaze to make them shiny on top. So now I'm just painting the hot cross buns, hot cross buns with the glaze, just twice for each little bunny. And then they'll be finished. And then they just need to cool.
Quiz answers. Number 1. Why is it called Good Friday? On Good Friday we celebrate Jesus' death, so you could imagine that it's anything but good, probably the worst Friday, as Jesus hung and died on the cross. But we call it good for 2 reasons. One is actually a corruption of God's Friday, which is what it started out as, and now it's become Good Friday. And for the second reason is that what Jesus did on the cross on Good Friday was exceptionally good for all of us. Bad time for him, but great for the rest of us, because it means we can be forgiven of our sins because of what he did that day, taking the punishment for us. Answer number 2. Hot cross buns are spiced to remind Christians of the spices used when wrapping Jesus' body and placing it in the tomb. Allegedly. I don't really believe that one. Number 3. The first people to come up with a crossed bun were apparently the Saxons a very, very, very long time ago. Question number 4. Who banned the sale of hot cross buns? It was Queen Elizabeth I, and quite right she was too. Number 5. What should you do with your hot cross buns after Easter? According to English folklore, you should hang a hot cross bun in your kitchen. It will ensure you good cooking for the rest of the year. Probably don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that one. And question number 4, the last question. Why should you take a hot cross bun to sea? Again, English folklore says that if you take a hot cross bun on a boat, it will save you from shipwreck.